Let's just be honest. I'm being honest. The least she could have done was take part in that. And she has ruined NBA All-Star Weekend for me. I'm not watching 1 minute because of Caitlin Clark.
And, well, my opinion is Rob Parker is an idiot.
Honestly, Rob Parker's take is laughable. The man seems to have lost his last 3 brain cells over Caitlin Clark, politely declining an invite to the NBA three-point contest. You'd think she skipped out on paying his rent the way he's acting. Maybe Caitlin just didn't feel like playing chaperone to Steph Curry. Or, and hear me out, maybe she didn't want to get oxygen to one of Rob's notoriously awful hot takes. Either way, someone better check on Rob. He's foaming at the mouth again. Let's unpack this circus.
So they have all these things, all these freaking gimmicks that the NBA has turned into. And she had the gall, the audacity to say no. How can she say no when the WNBA wouldn't even be around if it wasn't for the NBA?
Rob Parker, long known for his outrageous hot takes, is now in full meltdown mode over Caitlin Clark. And this time, he's extra salty. Why? Because Clark just turned down an invitation that was clearly a desperate Hail Mary from the NBA to salvage its All-Star Weekend. With ratings slipping and interest fading, the league scanned the sports landscape and saw Caitlin breaking records, selling out arenas, and turning women's basketball into appointment viewing. Their solution? Bring her in to inject life into their three-point contest, even pairing her with Steph Curry. But Caitlin, ever poised, responded with a polite yet unmistakable, "No thanks."
There's one person and one person only who has ruined NBA All-Star Weekend.
Who that?
And that's Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
Oh, we're starting early.
Has ruined NBA All-Star Weekend.
Okay.
They invited her to be involved in a shooting contest with Steph, right? And they were going to make this nice thing go and give people something to watch. She is television ratings gold, right? Everything she's in, that people are watching. That would have been the only reason to watch any of the festivities this weekend.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. Yeah, she is television ratings gold. But whose fault is that? That is the NBA's fault, not Caitlin Clark. You know what Caitlin Clark decided? I don't need to do this thing.
To be fair, the NBA's reaction was nothing short of comical. This is the same league that spent years sidelining women's basketball, treating it like an afterthought. And now, here they are, down on one knee like a desperate ex, pleading with Caitlin to make an appearance. Come on, Caitlin, just this once. We really need you. But true to form, Caitlin handled it like a queen, gracious, confident, and completely unbothered, and gave them a firm pass. Now the NBA is left scrambling, trying to figure out how to rescue its own party without the one person who could have actually made it relevant.
Definitely did, bruh. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark has ruined the 2025 NBA All-Star Game weekend. Fox Sports Radio analyst Rob Parker said this on Thursday. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA star, declined the league's offer to compete in a three-point shootout contest along Golden State Steph Curry guard, which Parker believes was a missed opportunity to draw in viewers for this weekend festivities. Bro, I feel like Caitlin did the right thing, bro. The NBA be getting all the damn views. Let the W. How about Steph Curry bring his threes to the W, bro? How about that? How about that? Can we all agree on that? You know, since Caitlin Clark was so wrong, everybody gonna say, you know what, Steph? How about you bring your little three-pointers to the W, dog? Damn!
Rob Parker, who seems to take any woman's no as a direct threat to his fragile vision of the sports world, went off on one of his signature rants, this time claiming that Caitlin Clark is making a mistake and should want to compete with the best. But let's pause for a second and unpack that, competing with the best. Caitlin Clark has already shown, time and again, that she's one of the best shooters on the planet, period. But for Rob and those who share his mindset, the bar is always shifting. When a woman achieves greatness, they move the goalposts, redefining what the best means just to keep her out of the club.
Rob Parker, stop it! Get off your soapbox. Get off your high horse. Get off your self-righteous high horse. Hasn't Caitlin Clark done enough? I mean, my goodness. The girl is carrying a whole league on her back. And if anybody wants to dispute that, look at the numbers. Her games double the rest of the league's games as far as viewers attendance. She has the highest rated games on every network the league has ever been on.
Let's be honest, the NBA All-Star Game has been a snooze fest for years. No defense, no stakes, and even the three-point contest is losing steam. The league needed a spark, so they turned to Caitlin Clark, a certified star who's been lighting up the court and the culture. And sure, Caitlin versus Steph Curry would have been a viral moment. But let's not kid ourselves. The NBA only came knocking when they realized she might save their show. Caitlin saw right through it and said no.
The fact of the matter is, the kind of stuff that's happening and has been happening over the last few months is because of Caitlin Clark.
Rob Parker's acting like Caitlin Clark turned down a trip to basketball heaven. He's spinning her no into some crime against the sport. But let's be real. Caitlin's already pulling bigger ratings than half the NBA. Her college games are outdrawing theirs. The league needed her, not the other way around. Caitlin doesn't need the all-star spotlight. She's selling out arenas, dominating college hoops, and about to shake up the WNBA. The NBA wanted a quick ratings boost. She passed. That's power. And that's what really bothers Rob. He's still ranting. The NBA's still scrambling. And Caitlin? She's focused, unfazed, and still the biggest name in the game.
I would personally say hands down Caitlin Clark is the best player to come through the WNBA.
Let's get one thing straight. Caitlin Clark didn't ruin NBA All-Star Weekend. The NBA did that on its own. Now they're trying to blame her for making a smart decision. She chose to compete in the WNBA's three-point contest in Indiana, potentially with Steph Curry, to grow women's basketball. But instead of acknowledging that, talking heads like Rob Parker are crying foul. Rob's wrong as usual. Low ratings and unwatchable games ruined All-Star Weekend, not Caitlin Clark. The NBA wanted her as a quick fix, a novelty act, thinking her presence would stake a weekend in decline. When she declined, the tears started flowing.
A couple good things that could come out of this. One, it clearly shows her dedication and focus to being a better basketball player for next season, for the Indiana Fever next season. We had Coach Keith Porter on the show. We talked about their training schedule. He basically said that they are in the gym every single day. And from what we've been seeing online with her workout clips, with what the Indiana Fever is posting, it looks like she is very much in the gym every single day. Even when she's going to watch a football game with Taylor Swift, she's getting a workout in that morning before she leaves.
Let's be real. The NBA needed Caitlin Clark to boost their ratings because their own stars don't care. When she chose the WNBA contest instead, the same people who claim to support women's basketball turned on her. Rob's not mad about a bad decision. He's mad because Caitlin made one the NBA couldn't control. Let's face it, Rob probably blames her for everything. Caitlin's making the right call for herself and the WNBA, bringing her star power to her league and playing for her fans. She's not a prop to boost the NBA's numbers. This decision shows just how valuable she is, and Rob's outrage proves she made the right choice.
Caitlin Clark's NBA All-Star three-point decision has made some waves. It's got people talking. And I think it really, is a testament to her motion and her star power and the way she uses her power.
Stephen A. Smith called it. The NBA thought bringing Caitlin Clark in would magically fix their ratings. They begged her to join the three-point contest with Steph Curry, hoping it would bring fans back. But Caitlin, with class, said nah, and the NBA lost it, throwing tantrums like a kid denied dessert. This is the same league struggling to get viewers for regular season games, now demanding that Clark, who sells out arenas, drop everything to save them. The audacity.
I totally applaud what Caitlin Clark is doing. She's putting the WNBA first. She's saying, yo, we matter first to me. We should matter first to the ladies. I'll make an argument. Considering the lackluster effort the NBA players have been given during All-Star Weekend, they should matter more, period.
Stephen A. came in like a ref calling a technical, telling the NBA, you're ridiculous. Caitlin Clark doesn't owe them anything. She's building her own legacy, and frankly, the NBA needs her, not the other way around. Meanwhile, NBA players are load managing and missing free throws. wondering why ratings are dropping. Instead of taking responsibility, the NBA guilt-tripped Caitlyn like a toxic ex. Come on, just one shot. Caitlyn hit them with the classiest no. Stephen A is right. She's not the NBA's savior. Maybe the NBA should ask why a WNBA rookie is more marketable than half their league.
Caitlin Clark and her decision, I not only respect it, but I wholeheartedly support it. You know, a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1.
The Caitlin Clark effect is real. She's practically the main character of basketball, period. Not just the WNBA or college hoops, but the entire sport. While NBA ratings are tanking, every Caitlin Clark game is sold out like it's Beyoncé's Renaissance tour. Let's be honest, the NBA should send her a thank you card because she's the only reason basketball is even on people's radar right now. The WNBA is getting more attention than ever, and it's not just because of her insane skills. Though, let's be real, she's draining shots from the logo like it's nothing. It's because she brings excitement energy and a whole new wave of fans who actually care.
Speaking of freak athletes, Caitlin Clark effect has now hit the WNBA. It has been announced today that 36 of 40 Indiana Fever games will be nationally broadcast next year. Last year, the Indiana Fever had one game.
She turned to you a little bit after the Fever
I
score.
didn't ask no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.